Who that? Who that said they gonna beat the shucking Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that said they gonna beat the shucking Saints? Not the Panthers. Not the Panthers. The Saints just flew to Carolina and handed Bryce Young and them Panthers a ass whooping tonight. Today, whenever you saw the game, the evening, the morning, after church, before church, it don't matter. It was the same result. Tyler Shuck's first win in the NFL. We might got us a quarterback. Talk to me. We might got us a quarterback. Rattler could never. Today, Tyler Shough threw some of the most catchable balls I've ever seen from the Saints since the Drew Brees era. I'm telling you, we had a lot of downs. We had some ups, but we had a lot of downs. We had some good times with Jameis. We had a lot of downs. Shout out to Tyler Shough, man. This was all Shough today. This was all Shough. I don't give a shuck. This is all Shough today. All his praise. All praise to Shough today. Hey, if you're not a Saints fan and you're not a Panthers fan, I don't expect you to watch this game. If you're waiting for me to get into your team and talk about why your team won or lost, I understand. But if you're just watching this and you want to know what happened today in all of the NFL, we got a new QB on the scene. You got a new QB in the league, and you need to look out for his ass. And his name is Tyler Shough. He's coming. He's coming. He's climbing that pocket, looking like a real QB, dropping balls in buckets, dropping dimes in wishing wells. He was looking nice. He was looking too good, too clean out there. Couldn't touch him. Finally, can we be happy as Saints fans to watch some ball? We didn't expect to win every game. We didn't expect to win 10 games, but we expected to watch capable football. We expected to watch passable football. We don't care if we lose. Can you put something on TV? Can you put a product on TV for us to root for? In these past weeks, there ain't been nothing positive to look at. Alvin Kamara looked like a shell of itself. Ain't nobody on the defense worth a damn. The coaches suck. It was just bad. It was bad. But on this Sunday right here, we showed some fight. We showed some heart. We showed some hunger. We showed the want. This game right here is the start of a 7-game win streak. You heard me. Finally, we run the ball well, and that's what happens. That's what happens when a team respects your quarterback. You can run the ball. That's why when we pass it over here to the Panthers, we don't respect your quarterback. I'm sorry. We don't respect them. We're going to, do everything we can to stop Rico Dowdle, and if Bryce Young beats you, he beats you. You tip your cap, you bow, and you just say good game. But if that's the case, it ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I said it last game. Good win to the Panthers. They beat the Packers, but Bryce Young ain't it. He's not him. And I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, it's a rival. You're not gonna give no rivals no props. I give rival props all the time. Ibuka, stud. Bijan, nice. Drake London was looking better than Olave, but I take that back. I'm pulling the rug from up under you. Last week I said Drake London was better than Olave, but Olave is back with the one-handers, with the bombs. All he needed was a quarterback that could throw the ball down the field. My boy that had Derek Carr and Spencer Rattler. Now he got Shough. It's time to shuck it up. It's time to go shucking crazy right now. It's time to go shucking crazy. Shout out to that defense. Oh man, the way that this game started, the only reason the Panthers have 7 points is because we got too aggressive, we got too handsy, we just were playing undisciplined football, things that we've seen as Saints fans for far too long this season. Undisciplined football. You're tackling Bryce Young and you're grabbing his face mask. So you don't take nobody down like right here. You don't take a quarterback, you don't take a receiver, you don't take a running back, you don't take them down from here. So why are your hands right here gripping and pulling? Like, come on now. And that's the quarterback. Give him a first. They score 7-zip. You're thinking like, oh man, it's over with. I mean, we don't know what to expect from Shough. He played the Rams. You know, they're a tough defense, but Carolina's defense ain't no slouch. They ain't no slouch. They ain't bad. They got some players over there. Refs tried to screw us. The refs were making up new rules as the game was going on to make us lose. We block a field goal. Somehow they say the ball. So we block. This is the kicker, y'all. You know, usually whenever you block a field goal, the ball goes that way. Like you block it that way. Whatever happens, you pick it up, return it, or you fall on it. We blocked the kick. We blocked the field goal, right? Boom. Somehow the ball flies forward to the first down yard line. And since the Saints player touched it and then the Panthers recovered it, it was a first down. Like, they just making up new rules on the spot to try to screw us, to try to make us lose. And we weren't going for it. Ball don't lie. Panthers get the ball. Boom. Fumble. We get the ball back. Ball don't lie. Shout out to Chris Olave. You can't even really say shout out to Chris Olave, even though he had a hell of a game. I'm talking about nice catches, putting JC Horn on the ground. Get your weight up, Horn. Get your weight up. Get it up. It's down. Just like how you were on the ground, your weight down. Get your weight up. Messing with Olave, messing with them Saints. Get your weight up. Can't even say shout out to Olave because he's been playing good all year. You just got to have a quarterback to give him the ball. That's all you got to do. You got good receivers. Quarterback just got to deliver. And that's what Shough did. He was the pizza man today. He delivered on time. Check the time. He came right on time, not late, not early, right on that estimated time. Shough delivered. And I always give a shout out, I always give respect to either one player or something about the other team because I'm not a one-sided person. I always watch these games. Just all these guys are professionals. Everybody's a professional. From the Panthers side of the ball, it's not T-Mac. The only T-Mac I know play basketball, and he retired. There ain't no T-Mac on no NFL field that I know. So it ain't T-Mac. It ain't Bryce Young. It's Nick Scorton. If you don't know Nick Scorton, rookie, Panthers, number 11, really good. Other than that, I ain't got nothing for you, Panthers. I ain't got nothing for you. Shough, yeah. Shough, yeah. Y'all boys better look out. I'm talking about we finna put the league on notice. Eviction notice. Let's keep it in the division. Let's keep it close to home. Bucks lose to the Pats. I mean, both of these teams is good, y'all. Like, this game right here was one of those games that's like, one of these teams are going to be a fraud. And I don't think none of these teams are frauds. I really, really don't. And I know you shouldn't look at games like that. Pats beat the Bucks 28-23 if you didn't know. I know you shouldn't go into games thinking like both of these teams are good. One of these teams got to be a fraud. Let's see who comes out on top. It wasn't really like that. I really liked what I saw from both teams. I didn't like what I saw from the Bucks defense, I'm not gonna lie. But one thing that the Bucks can lean on is somebody named Egbuka, and another thing that they can lean on is that play calling. I don't know who their OC is, but they have had some good play calling, except for on that BS 2-point conversion. Like, what was that? They tried to run a Philly special, but it wasn't nothing special about it. There was nothing funny. That was disrespectful to the Philly special. Like, that should be named something else. So I don't know what they were running. Egbuka was, I guess he was supposed to throw the ball to Baker, but somehow he think he finna run it in. Baker holding his hand up like he open. There wasn't no way in anything. There wasn't no way he was catching that ball. That whole 2-point conversion was just shucked up. Hey, we using Shough all day. He's the guy. He's him. The Bucks has some really good play calling. Like, I'm watching this game and the way that they're springing people open and the way that these guys, like, there's professionals on offense and there's professionals on defense. So whenever players are getting wide open, it's usually either a busted coverage or it's just good play calling. And it wasn't really that much busted coverage from the Patriots today. Like, it was just some really good play calling by the Bucks. Home run speed. Home run speed. Everybody talk about home run speed like that's just a word to use out there. Oh, he got home run speed. Oh, he's fast. That's home run speed. You know who got home run speed? Why is home run speed even a saying? Because a home run, ain't nobody even running. It's a home run. It's an automatic point. You jogging. Some people walk. But regardless, home run speed. Wait, why is it called home run speed? Because you get a point? Because it's one swing and it's a automatic point in baseball, and home run speed is like whenever they get the ball and they run it, it's an automatic touchdown. I guess, okay, it makes sense like that now that I talk it out. Home run speed, regardless. Home run speed, Travion Henderson. We're gonna give a shout out to Kyle Williams as well. That catch that he caught, he looked like he had more than home run speed. He looked like he had running from dog speed, the speed that he had whenever he was running for his touchdown. So we're gonna give a shout out to bro, but the home run hitter, the home run swinger, the home run speeder is that boy Travion Henderson, looking like Flash out there, looking like Dash out there. Y'all remember in the Incredibles where Dash was running in the race and then he had to slow down and then he had to speed up And then he had to slow down to make it look realistic. That's what Travion looked like. Shout out to Travion, bro. Everybody was saying, who's better at Ohio State? Is it Judkins? Is it Henderson? But they give you two different things. And I think both of them are prospering. And I think both of those backs are having good years with the respectable teams. Shout out to Drake May. Very, very clutch throw to Diggs to really make this a game. It was a close game. Patriots was, kind of stagnant other than that Kyle Williams touchdown. They were down by 3. They could have kicked a field goal on 4th and goal to make it 10-10 going into half. They received the kickoff. So leaving it 10-10 to go into the half is not a bad call for losing teams. But if you're a winning team, if you see your team going far, if you see your team making deep, I'm talking about bag deep. If you see your team making deep playoff runs, deep playoff pushes, you got to see what your team is made of. The Patriots are down by 3 points. It's 0 seconds on the clock, or I think it's like 3 seconds on the clock, but it's a 4th and goal anyway. So if they don't get it, regardless, it's just going to be they ball receiving at half. They run a play on 4th and goal. Drake, Diggs, toe tap, whole new game. Patriots ain't did much in that first half. They scored that touchdown right before halftime. Now it's 14-10. Come out right away and score. Now it's 21-10. Instead of 17-10, it's 21-10. Shout out to the Pats. But the Bucks weren't going nowhere. The Bucks weren't leaving just yet. They weren't. That team got some grit. That team got some heart. Whenever your quarterback is Baker Mayfield and he gonna scratch and he gonna claw and he gonna gnaw all the way to get to the end of that finish line, you always gonna have a puncher's chance. Bucks come down and score. Then it makes it 16-21 because I told you they went for that BS 2-point conversion. That was just terrible. And now it's 21-16. Now it's the 4th quarter. It's a ball game now, y'all. Now it's a game. Now you at the edge of your seat like, hey, who gonna do what? What's about to happen? Good stop for the Bucks. Now it's the Bucks ball. Good stop for the Patriots. Good stop for the Bucks. Good stop for the Patriots. And then Drake May. Bomb. Matt Williams. Matt Williams to the 5-yard line. You thinking it's over. Wrap it up. You know that Tampa Bay traffic is crazy. You know them Florida drivers be crazy. You know that traffic is crazy. So y'all go ahead and just dip up out of here. Gone before you don't get home till dark. It's over with. Matt Collins to the 5-yard line. It's over with. No. Drake May pulls his best tour impersonation and throws a pick in the back of the end zone, which was a terrible throw. There's no excuse for that throw right there. That was terrible by Drake May, pulling his best Tua impersonation. Close enough in the same conference, in the same division, giving Baker and them another chance. Now the Bucks, they're driving. They're at the Pats 27-yard line. They're looking like they could do something. Then that Patriots defense steps back up once again. Incomplete pass, sack, get the balls to the Patriots. It's over with. You thinking they finna salt the game away, knee, or just one good little first down. Travion Henderson. Hey, I told you, Flash was thinking something else. Flash was thinking something else. Bro was running so fast that he had time to look over there to the sideline. I kid you not, y'all. Bro was running so fast, had so much of a lead. He was running so, and this is an NFL game, y'all. This ain't just in the backyard playing around. He had so much speed. He had so much ground on the defenders that he had time to look to the sideline and ask his coaches, like, should I go down or should I score the touchdown? Like, it was crazy. That was a good game. Shout out to the Pats. They for real. Now, we talked about some good games to start it off. Let's talk about some games that weren't so good. Well, they were good for the teams if you were a fan of the teams that were winning, but just all in all, games, like a good game to watch. Let's get into some ass whoopers because there was some belts handed out today. There was some belts that got swung and hit a few fan bases on this lovely Sunday. And we're going to start off with Seattle, looking like they are the front runners to make it to the Super Bowl. They just took my guy Shaheed, and they don't even need him. They don't even need him. That's how good they are. 44-22 against a rival, against a divisional rival should just let you know. I always say this. You can never really, predict games against divisional rivals. Don't matter if it's the Browns and the Ravens. It don't matter how big and low the teams are. It don't matter if it's the Bengals whenever they were really trash versus the Pittsburgh Steelers whenever they were really good. It don't matter if it's Miami in 2025 versus the Buffalo Bills in 2025. Like, when you go against a division rival, you can't never really like whoop them like you want to, because you go against these guys 2 times every year. No matter what teams you see throughout the regular season, you know for a fact you're gonna see your rivals 2 times a year in and year out. These teams know each other like, I don't know. What do you know? You know that these Fellowretro videos are fire, just like you know that. Just like you know to hit that like button. That's how much these teams know each other. So to whoop a divisional rival should let you know that this team is for real. This team is legit. This team right here, Sam had a good year with Minnesota, but shoot, are the Jets really that bad? Oh my goodness. Are the Jets really that bad that they make players look suck? Like, imagine that. Sam Darnold is out here. Boom. It was 35-0. 35-0, y'all. Like, you can't make this stuff up. It was 35 points to 0 points in the second quarter. Demarcus Lawrence had more points than the Cardinals had in the first half. And Demarcus Lawrence, if you don't know, is a defensive player. He had more points himself than the Cardinals had as a whole team, offense and defense. I cut that game off at halftime. The only thing positive I could say for the Cardinals is you got a top 5 tight end in Trey McBride. Build around him. Marvin Harrison Jr. looking like he's coming alive. Build around him. Detroit said, hey, we got belts too, and we handed them out as well. Seattle ain't the only place they got belts. They might got salmon. They might got some good seafood. They might got some good scenery, but we got belts over here in Detroit too, and we ready to swing them. Shout out to Detroit. This is the Detroit that we've been missing. This is the Detroit that we have seen throughout these years under Dan Campbell. They run up the score, and it ain't stat padding. It ain't fourth quarter scoring 3 touchdowns. It's they put it on teams, and they haven't been doing that this year. You knew Jahmyr Gibbs. You knew, if it was one thing that you knew, or if there was one thing that I knew, if there was one thing that I could tell you, you knew Jahmyr Gibbs would have his hands all over this game, all over the football, and sure did he. Jahmyr Gibbs on that first drive, the opening drive, they made it a point of emphasis. Get bro the ball, get him in the end zone on the opening drive. And then after that, it was smooth sailing. You got your number 1 back. You got the top 3. Top 3 is kind of crazy. You got a top 6 back in the league right now. You get them the ball, you get them involved early, and good things will happen for your crew. I told you I really liked what I saw from Jared Goff last game, even though it was a loss. I liked how he stood in the pocket. I liked how he was getting hit in the chops. He was getting hit from the bottom lip all the way to the top of the chest. That's where he was getting hit up all last game. And he didn't cry. He didn't pout. He didn't throw his arms up. He's not cussing on the screen like how Aaron Rodgers was cussing and looking crazy. He stood there, kept his mouth shut, and was just diamond. He was straight diamond. And that's what he did today. He was diamond. Another person that I gave a shout out to last week was J-Mo. I told y'all, if this offense wants to be where it wants to be, you get Gibbs involved and you get a number 2 receiver next to St. Brown. You got the tight end work. You know you got the tight end work, but J-Mo balled out. He was doing front flips and back flips and cartwheels into the end zone, looking crazy, getting open, looking like the number 1 receiver, looking like how he got that number 1 on his back. He was looking like the number 1 receiver today alongside Gibbs. Shout out to Detroit as a whole. Played good. Just played good ball. We saw a Khalif Raymond sighting. I remember that name from last year just popping. You would just hear Raymond. He was all over the field today. He caught some tough passes, got him into some motion, handed the ball off to him a few times. That's what you need. You need to come on now. I know y'all lost Ben Johnson, but hey, you still got playmakers over there. You still got guys to make plays, and they showed it today on Washington's side of the ball. I really don't think Marcus Mariota is that bad. He didn't play that bad of a game today. If I were to say anything like that popped off for me for Washington that I was like, something to look forward to. I don't know. I mean, I really like Marcus Mariota as a backup, but you're going to have Jane Daniels, so you can't really just give too much props to Marcus Mariota. But that's the one thing that I will say for Washington. I think Marcus Mariota played a really good game. It's just Detroit they were going to unload the clip on somebody. It just happened to be Washington. Speaking of unloading on somebody, the Rams did it again. 42-25. The Rams beat a division rival. And this is what I was talking about with Seattle. You don't see teams beat divisional rivals like this. Like, this is just unheard of. If you know you're good. You know you're a Super Bowl contender. You know you're a good team whenever you can beat a rival. Whenever you can beat a team that knows you the best this bad. Picking up where they left off. Wheeling and dealing. Stafford. I mean, he had a lot of easy throws out there. I know the 49ers defense has a lot of injuries, but the amount of miscommunication and the amount of open receivers that you saw this game, it looked, I ain't gonna say it looked rigged, because I really don't think that the games are rigged, but it did look like there was a lot of just mishaps on the 49ers part on defense. Like, if you're a 49ers fan, I know you're watching this game just like heated, cussing and yelling at this defense. It's not that you expected them to come out there and shut down Puka and shut down Stafford and shut down Adams. Like, I hope you didn't think that. I hope you were logical. If you think that, there ain't no point in me talking to you. But if you're a logical 49ers fan, if you're a logical football fan, you knew those guys were probably going to eat. Let's see how you respond. It was just a lot of just open tight ends here and there. Like, it just didn't seem like Stafford really had to try. I mean, the Saints made him work a little bit harder than the 49ers made him work. I mean, shout out to the Rams. You can't really take nothing away from them. They rolling, they scoring. Everybody over there is looking happy. Their defense is pretty good. That pass rush is supposed to be elite, but I didn't really see no eliteness. I ain't seen nothing. That's one thing I can say. I always find something positive. I always find something critiquing. It don't gotta necessarily be negative, because negative is just hating and just bad. A critique I have from seeing the Rams game, that defensive line did not pop off. I don't know if the 49ers offensive line is supposed to be elite or is really elite, but I didn't really see Mac Jones really have to just take any sacks. I don't even know if he got sacked. I don't know if they ever got him out of the pocket. He seemed comfortable. He had his coffee. He had his morning newspaper. He was chilling back there. And that brings me to the 49ers. Mac Jones is him. I wouldn't say he's him, but he's good. He's better than at least 6 starting quarterbacks right now. And I'll say that. Mac Jones is nice. When I see that dude play, bro, it's 14-0. Mac Jones, 49ers driving. They driving. Strike to Jennings. Boom. Peanut Pillman punch. Jennings fumbles. Rams ball. Rams got it going. Now it's 21-0. Mac Jones doesn't wither, doesn't shrivel, doesn't just fold underneath the pressure. He comes back, boom, strike to Jennings, make up TD, 21-7. Then Shanahan finally smells the roses and wakes up out of this C-Mac dream. We know Christian McCaffrey is nice. I'm a Saints fan. I know how good he is. I know how good he was with Cam and post Cam. I know how good he is. But another thing I do know is you keep feeding him and feeding him and feeding him. It's just like anything. It's just like anybody. You keep feeding him no matter how much you feed him. He gonna get full. He gonna have to take a break. I mean, you can't just keep eating. You gonna get full. C-Mac eats. He eats. Yes, we want him to eat. We don't want to starve C-Mac, but he gotta rest. He gotta take a break from the food. He gotta take a break from the football sometimes. And today they gave somebody else some carries, and look what happens. Brian Robinson Jr. takes some carries. Boom, boom, boom. Marches in that end zone. Boom, boom, boom. Marches for a couple first downs, and he ran hard and he looked good. But just like whenever you're playing behind Achan for Miami Dolphins, just like you're playing behind C-Mac for the 49ers, just like that, you're not going to get that many touches. So you got to show the coaching staff like, hey, man, I can hoop. I keep saying hoop. I can run. Mac Jones looking elite. I think at this point, bro, only had like 4 incompletions with so many yards. Bro, like he was good all game. Like Mac Jones is a really good quarterback. And you got to think them dudes have 6 wins. They just lost today, so now they're 6-4. But going into that game, they were 6-3, and Kittle missed 5 games. Your number 1 receiver, your number 1 target, your number 1 threat besides C-Mac. 5 games, y'all. He missed 5 games, and they still managed to be 6-3. Like, come on, like. That dude, Mac Jones, bro. I don't know, Purdy. It ain't looking too purdy. I got a question for you guys before we get up out of here. Not only are these 2 teams in the same conference, they're in the same division, and they both are going to be making playoff pushes. Which team is better? The Los Angeles Rams or the Seattle Seahawks? Y'all let me know down below. And I'm not talking about right now today as we stand. I'm saying if you were to have these 2 teams match up in the playoffs, which is very likely, who you got taking it? Who? Do you got Sam Darnold, JSN, and them boys out there looking like the best team in the league? Or do you go with the veterans? Do you go with Matt Stafford, Devontae Adams, and Puka? Who you got? I want to know. I genuinely want to know. These teams are rivals. These teams are in the same conference. They might see each other in the playoffs. Who you got? Rams or Seahawks? Falcons and Colts game. And, you know, Saints fan, no Saints fan. Penix ain't it. Penix ain't no shuck. I tell you that. Penix ain't it, y'all. Atlanta fans, I know we don't see eye to eye. I know y'all don't see eye to eye with the Saints. I know, hey, we rivals. We don't like each other. When it comes to the football field, we go at it. The Falcons and the Saints, we rivals. We been rivals. But can y'all keep it 100? All the rappers, everybody in Atlanta talk about some keep it 100. All you hear about is everybody saying they keep it 100. Can you keep it 100 about your quarterback? Can we talk about Penix? Is Penix the guy for y'all or what? Keep it 100. Keep it real. Keep it 100. Penix ain't it. I'm talking about underthrow galore with him. Every ball is either an underthrow or it's late, could get picked. It's uncatchable. Y'all better off starting Ritter. Y'all better off having Ritter out there. Penix ain't it, y'all. He not. I'm sorry that it has to come from a Saints fan, but can y'all keep it 100? What's up? Are y'all still riding with Penix? Y'all still think that he's him? I mean, the Colts only had 13 points in the 4th quarter, y'all. By the time it was the 4th quarter, the Colts only had 13 points, and y'all still found a way to lose the game. The ball was in short field. The ball was at midfield multiple times for y'all to score, but Penix can't get it done. He just can't. He can't get it done. Look at this throw right here, y'all. This should be a touchdown every day of the week. This ball should be thrown to the end zone, almost to that back pylon. Not all the way, but Pitts got steps. It's not usually you say, yeah, that receiver had a step on that. He had steps, multiple steps on the DBs. And somehow this ball ends up hitting the DB that, here go Pitts. He got him beat. He looking for the ball. The ball landed all the way back here. And that's not the only play. It was multiple plays like that all game. Drake London. Out routes. Ball is in the ground. Ball is in the Colts defender's hands. It was bad for Penix out there tonight. But with all of that being said, it was still a winnable game. You got to give the Falcons defense credit. They held the Colts to 13 points, and it's in the 4th quarter. Your offense got to do something. Your offense got to give you some type of cushion if you think that you're going to do something in the NFC South. When you got Shuck coming, when you got the Saints about to turn up, don't let us catch y'all. Y'all got 3 wins. Y'all got 3 wins. We only had 1 win. Now we got 2 wins. We might have 3 wins. Then when we see y'all, knock y'all up out of the park, and then we're going to get up in there and we're going to get it going. Hey, man, I can't wait till we see the Falcons, man. I just can't wait till we see the Falcons. We done already visit the zoo in Carolina and left with a panther. Now we might have to head to Atlanta, or I don't know if y'all come to us. I don't know which one is first, but we might have a panther and we might have a falcon. We might have to call Ace Ventura because we're gonna have all the pets. But shout out to the Colts, man. Y'all got the win in overtime, It wasn't hard. Y'all made it look so hard. Why'd y'all make it look so hard with the Falcons? Like, really, like, making it seem like this is a tough team. But if you saw the way that Penix was playing out there, y'all, then y'all would understand where I'm coming from. I mean, you got Drake London. That dude right there, man. Let's go ahead and get a shout out to Drake London. Like, how does Sauce Gardner end up like this? Like, how you end up on all fours and hands and knees and toes and shoulders and hands, knees and shoulders and toes on all fours? How you make a DB end up like that? I'm not going to talk about how terrible Sauce Gardner played all game today, because this was his first game. It wasn't his first game playing football, so he don't get that pass, but it was his first game in a new defense, a new scheme, and it seemed like it was a little bit slippery out there. So I ain't gonna go too hard. I ain't gonna go too hard on Sauce Gardner, but he didn't look like Sauce. But you know who had the sauce? You know who had the drip? You know who had the sauce? Excuse me, was JT, and I'm not talking about Jason Tatum. I'm talking about Jonathan Taylor out there running it up on them boys, and he was looking unstoppable. This play right here, bro, went for a touchdown. Yes, this play went for an 80-yard running touchdown. Shout out to Jonathan Taylor. He ran all up and down Atlanta defense's throat tonight, even though they play relatively well. You look at Jonathan Taylor and you look at those stats, like almost 300 yards on the ground, and you're like, Atlanta defense didn't play well. They got stops when they needed to get stops. With Jonathan Taylor, this was your game. This was your MVP stamp. I don't know who's going to get it. I might have to do my own video on that, who I think's going to win awards, like mid-season award rankings or whatever. But right now, he put a stamp in that top 3, letting them know, like, hey, running backs is still out here and they're still doing their thing. It was 1 minute left in regulation. It was a 3rd and 21 for the Colts. And I kid you not, I think Daniel Jones was standing on Atlanta's 30. Yes. I think Daniel Jones was standing on the Atlanta Falcons 30-yard line on a 3rd and 21, and they still ended up converting. Ended up in field goal range, kicked the field goal, tied it up. Now we got overtime, and you knew what was going to happen to overtime. Outside of a few short fields with Atlanta, they haven't done nothing. You know what happens? Nothing. They produce nothing in the overtime. They give the ball to the Colts. What a fitting way to end the game with Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown. Ravens beat the Vikings 27-19. Jettas, man, Justin Jefferson, I'm calling you out. I mean, what can I say? You my guy, LSU, best receiver in the league, standing on that still. But this performance right here wasn't it. This performance right here wasn't it. This was a sorry effort. This was a trash performance, a weak performance, a lame performance, a sucker performance, whatever you call it, wherever you from, however you talk, whatever your slang is, that's what it was from Justin Jefferson. Was it a bad throw? Yes. Did he have the first down if he would have just scrambled? Yes, but you can't be mad at your quarterback, basically a rookie quarterback, giving you a chance at a high point ball. We've seen you make these catches multiple times throughout the year. You can't be mad at your quarterback giving you a chance and saying, hey, if I would rather run for a first down, or would I give it to my number 1 receiver, the best receiver in the league, to go make a play? No, it wasn't the best throw. No, it wasn't the best pass. But the fact that they catch it on an interception and you just are just standing there, like, bro caught it and he's running back and you're just like throwing your hands up in the air at JJ and just like walking off to the sideline while bro is returning the pick. Like, you didn't even try to like tackle him or no effort. That's lame. That's just lame. At that point right there, I was like, I don't think the Vikings are gonna win this game. And they were holding the Ravens to field goals. Like, the Ravens had no touchdowns to this point. I don't think the Ravens had a touchdown in the first half. Going into halftime, the Ravens had 9 points off of field goals. No touchdowns. Yes, Lamar Jackson was playing. Yes, Zay Flowers was playing. Yes, Derrick Henry was playing. 9 points. And then on 3rd and 1, Justin Jefferson does the same thing. I'm thinking this is a one-off. When he did it the first time, I'm thinking he probably went to the sideline, got himself right, and was just like, man, you know what? I gotta play harder. I gotta play for the team. That was lame. I know JJ can't control. He don't want to throw a pick. It's a 3rd and 1. JJ, this is a one-on-one. This is not a bad play call. Justin Jefferson just got his feet tangled up with Marlon Humphrey and he fell down. This isn't a bad play call at all. If they could have this play over again, they'll run it again. They'll run it the same way. It's a one-on-one, Justin Jefferson, Marlon Humphrey. It's a one-on-one. Marlon Humphrey and Justin Jefferson, they get their feet tangled up. Justin Jefferson ends up on the ground. Marlon Humphrey's still on his feet. Pick. Same thing. Marlon Humphrey's trying to return the ball. Justin Jefferson's walking. Just walking. Walking. And I'm like, Vikings not going to win this game. They not. They had the lead. Ravens couldn't score a touchdown for nothing. I just said they're not going to win. Whenever your best player is playing like this and has this type of attitude and has this type of effort, you're just not winning. Because that's just like infectious. Like whenever you see somebody just being like a Debbie Downer, you don't want to party. You don't want to have a good time. You can't have a good time. How can your quarterback trust you in those one-on-one situations later on in the game if you are just not giving effort? Either you're falling or you just because you're not in good position, you just pout. Like what? How much? Like what does that say to JJ whenever it's the fourth quarter or it's late in the third and you still got time to win? And he's looking him off. Like you see him, like you watch his head and he's purposely throwing checkdowns now because he's second guessing like, oh, Justin Jefferson is kind of covered, so maybe I shouldn't throw it to him because he's just gonna say I'm trash to everybody. That was lame. That just was lame. That was my biggest takeaway from this game. Shout out to the Ravens. Another short down and distance. They take Derrick Henry off the field. That's starting to become a common thing. Justice Hill on the goal line, punching it in, something that Derrick Henry cannot do. He can't get those short yardages no more. They're doing play actions. They're doing QB sprint outs whenever they're in goal-to-goal situations. It's just bad for Derrick Henry right now. He's somebody that's not popping off my screen, but just this whole game, I just was thrown off with the Vikings, thrown off with Justin Jefferson, and I just thought like, hey, man, they were not winning the game. Shout out to Naylor, though. Seems like J.J. McCarthy and Naylor have a good connection. Naylor was out there playing like Justin Jefferson today. I'm talking about my boy was out there. He toe tap, bobbling tough catches. Shout out to Naylor. He showed up. Bears beat the Giants 24-20. And all I got to say is this is going to be short. Jackson Dart is really good. Really shucking good. Jackson Dart is really shucking good. Giants fans, I know y'all lost to us. I know that's a hard pill to swallow. Harder than a rock. I know that pill is hard to swallow, that you lost to the Saints. But Jackson Dart is good. Y'all got y'all's future quarterback. That dude, he is New York. Like, not New York the city. I'm talking about he's the team. Like, that team goes as he goes. He was looking precise. He was looking efficient. He was looking like a surgeon out there on that field. He was looking lethal on the move with his legs. If he was passing, if he was tucking and running. It was 17 Giants, 7 Chicago in the third quarter. And Jackson Dart had over 200 yards passing and had 2 rushing touchdowns. He had his name all over this game right here. Like, that dude, before he went down and before he got hurt, he was looking like he was about to have a crazy game. He was having a crazy game. And I'm just watching. I'm like, it's been a minute since I seen like a QB really just be the team. And I hope he's okay, because if y'all got to start dangerous, it's going to get dangerous. But Chicago, man, they got the heart of a lion. I'm not going to say the heart of a champ, because I'm not sold on them. I'm really not sold on them just yet. They got the heart of a lion, though. Jackson Dart goes down and fumbles. Not only did he go down and get hurt, he fumbled. So not only was Jackson Dart out for the game, he gave the ball back to Chicago. At this point, Caleb Williams is not looking good. He's like 11-21. Yes, there were some drops in there that have counted to some of those incompletions, but he didn't even have 100 yards. He was 11-21 at this point. But they drive off the fumble, kick a field goal, now it's 17-10. And then this right here, we got to jump back to the Giants side of things. This right here is whenever, as a Giants fan, it's like, you got to storm the field. Like, I don't propose, I don't speak about just doing something crazy and breaking the rules. But if this was in New York, there would have been somebody to storm the field. Jackson Dart goes down. You know what you got from Russell Wilson. You saw it all the first half of this season. You know what he is and you know what he is not. Somehow, some way, they drive all the way down the field to the Chicago 1-yard line. It's 4th down. You You kick a field goal, bro. You kick a field goal on the 1 yard line. It's the fourth quarter and Chicago only has 10 points. Why not just let Chicago drive from the 1 yard line all the way down to score? And if they do score, you're still up by 3. They took off who knows how much time off the clock. And then you're still up 3, so you can still try to, milk the clock. You kick a field goal. That's what losing teams do. Losing teams be like, I don't know. Let's just take the guaranteed points. Meanwhile, on the other end, the Patriots are over here throwing the ball on 4th and goal, trying to score before halftime, and the Giants are kicking the ball on the 1 yard line. That's the difference between winning teams and losing teams right there. It's 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Chicago, quick drive. I'm talking about quick. I'm talking about as quick as that jab right there. The Chicago Bears drive quick, score. Boom. Now it's 3 minutes left and you only up by 3. I'm talking about the sack wasn't Russ's fault, but bro take like a 50-yard sack. It wasn't that many yards, but it was a long sack. You're like, oh man, now Chicago, all they got to do is score 3 to tie the game up. Let's punt this ball away. Let's try to get them deep. Like just kick the ball as far as you can, punter. Like please just kick the ball, man. It's cold out here. We want to go home. We want to get into some heat. Just please kick the ball. Can we please win a game? That's what the Giants is thinking. Punter lines the ball up, shanks it 20 yards out of bounds. Bears got the ball back with like 3 minutes left. They was wheeling and dealing, whether it was through the air or with the legs. Caleb Williams runs, I don't know how many yards it was, to the end zone for the touchdown. Now the Bears got the lead. Now you played to lose. You didn't play to win. You played to lose, Giants, and you end up losing. Because now, what, is it like 50 seconds left, a minute left, and you got Russell Wilson? Y'all ain't gonna do nothing, and you didn't do nothing. Game over.